Everybody sees me fight in the octagon, but I don't think they quite understand the amount of hard work day in and day out that it takes to get to that point. This is a story of how I push beyond those limits and make sure that I can outwork my opponent every time. I started training with Joel and Matt about 2 years ago, and when I first got here I knew right away that it was different. They had a completely different approach than what I was used to. Joel hooked me up to this crazy machine and told me he was going to be able to tell me whether I was recovering and training properly, and that did not make sense to me at all. I was used to just training hard all the time, but Joel's method certainly has improved my performance.
Now, for the past 10 years, I've used a technology known as heart rate variability, or HRV for short, to really optimize and fine-tune their training. Now, everyone is different, but HRV lets me individualize and optimize their training to that individual. The technology has actually been around for a long time. The Russians developed it back in the 1960s to train their cosmonauts, and since then it's been used by everyone from Nike to the Navy SEALs to train their athletes and individuals. Everyone from the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, MLS, all uses HRV to train their athletes. It's really one of those big secrets that the top teams know about, but most people have never heard of it because it costs $35,000.
First started about HRV technology with a lot of the European teams that came to Seattle to train. We've had 3 or 4 in the last couple of years. Talked to some of the coaches, sports scientists who've been over here, and we found that they've all been using it for the last 5 or 6 years. And as we looked more into it, you've seen clubs like Barcelona, AC Milan, Bayern Munich in the last 5 years have all used it. HRV technology improves players' performance because I feel you're able to keep players in an optimized state better over the year. You can really see if players go into a hole, they get fatigued, or maybe they need to train harder than what the team's currently doing.
I used to train 6 days a week, twice a day, and I was getting mixed results. Oftentimes I was injured and I would struggle through workouts. Other times it would be okay and I'd feel all right, but being a fighter, I thought I just had to be tough and push through the pain constantly. And then I started to realize that maybe there was a better way. Everything changed for me when Joel showed me this HRV technology. He explained that it was going to be able to tell me when I was ready to train with the highest intensity and maybe when we needed to back down a little bit. In the past, I just listened to my body and thought I knew all the answers. But it was so simple. He hooked me up to this machine, and 2 minutes later, we had the results and we knew the plan for the training that day. I couldn't believe that it was that simple.
HRV technology works a lot like when you take your car to the mechanic and you have all the systems checked out, except for you're checking out the systems of your body. In just 2.5 minutes, it's able to look inside your systems and see how well you're recovering from your training. It can tell if you're ready to go to 100% or if you need more time to recovery. That means in just 2 minutes, you're able to personalize your fitness and optimize your training in a way never before possible.
Yeah, old school methods were more of the train as hard as you can, train harder than your opponent. The old Dan Gable routines, wake up and if your opponent's asleep, wake up and train. Try to get every advantage you can by just being tougher than your opponent. The evolution has been that now we monitor the systems in the body. We try to steer away from overtraining as well as making our guys train hard. So we still have that attitude that we want to train harder than our opponents, but we also have the attitude that we want to train smarter. It takes away the questions that the athlete has and the guessing that the coaches have if this athlete is overtrained or not. So we know that when that time comes that the event is going to happen, the fight is going to happen in this case, or for other athletes, whatever their sport is, on that day they need to peak on that day, and this gives us the best chance to peak on that day instead of overtraining them prior to that day.
Now look, if you're not using HRV technology, there's just no way to design a program based around your own body's limits. The end result is you follow a generic group-based training programs and you never see the results that you're looking for. You're going to end up constantly looking for the next best thing. This is because without HRV technology, there's no way to know how much to train. So the bottom line is you end up training too hard and overtrain, or you don't train hard enough and you undertrain. Either way, you never see the results you are looking for. Now, finding the right balance is absolutely essential. HRV, or heart rate variability training, eliminates the guesswork and dramatically improves the results you're going to see from your training.
The biggest thing I realized through listening to this technology was that I could get better results with actually less amount of that intense training. It was more of a personalized program, and I was not getting injured as much, I wasn't getting sick as much, I was just getting great results. Everything's gotten better. I know when I step into the ring, I'm ready to go. My conditioning is far better, my state of mind is better, I'm just a better fighter all around because of this technology.
Now I know you might not be able to afford $35,000 to get the same system I used with many of the nation's best athletes, but that's why I invented Bioforce HRV. For the first time, you're getting access to the same technology in your own home at just a fraction of the cost.
I was really excited when Joel told me he was working on a new project, Bioforce HRV. This meant I didn't have to be at the gym every day to get the results. I could take that technology home with me and then personalize my program there.
This is the real secret to maximizing your performance and getting the most out of your training. It's how the top pros have been training for years, and now it's available to you. The Bioforce HRV system was designed to get you the results you've been looking for. You'll learn how to train smarter and not just harder. You'll eliminate the guesswork, reduce the chance of injuries, and get more out of your training than ever before with less time and effort. When you order the Bioforce HRV system now, you'll get everything you need to eliminate the guesswork and start optimizing your training. You'll get the Bioforce HRV app, downloadable for any iPhone, iPod Touch, or Android phone, the wireless HRV receiver, the ultimate guide to the HRV training manual. And if you don't already have a heart rate monitor, you can upgrade and get a Polar RS100 included as well.
Any fighter that takes their performance seriously would benefit from Bioforce HRV. That's why I don't want my opponents to get their hands on it.
Since you take your training and hard work seriously, why would you pass up an opportunity to get access to the same secret technology used by countless athletes all over the world? If it doesn't deliver the same results for you that it has for them, you can simply return it for a full 100% money-back refund at any point in time. I guarantee Bioforce HRV will help take your training to the next level. Click the Add to Cart button now and get Bioforce HRV.